Welcome back to the React Lord podcast. I think this is episode 24.
Oh, we didn't
24.
check.
No, I'm pretty certain.
Yeah.
I think it's 24. I think the last one was 23. We'll be corrected, I'm sure, after the fact.
Yeah, we'll make sure the right one's in the title.
I think we're at 24 because I said something about being really close to like a quarter. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
You're very
Last
generous,
time.
though.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
who knows? Yeah, who knows? Anyway, welcome back.
Yeah,
We're React
feels
Lords.
good.
I'm V.
And I'm Nathan. Yeah.
You don't really check our YouTube often, do you? Like you're not on our channel much, checking the studio or responding to comments.
Not recently.
No.
I think definitely once I like am fully severed from my job, I will have more of an interest to be on our YouTube.
We've attracted some hogs.
Really?
Yeah, we have.
Good. Stay. Like the podcast. Subscribe if you can. I know it might be hard for you because you're broke. The
it's a
brokies
free
out
podcast, dog. Totally free.
They
$0.
don't know that. They're dumb.
No, I fucking thought it was pretty funny though. I had posted last week's pod. We were talking about the cancellations of all the stuff that Democrats, the demon rats, want to take away.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
they want to take our Social Security.
Yeah, along with our gas stoves, menthol, cigarettes, fluorescent lighting, all of that.
All the good things.
And we definitely got like funneled into that side of YouTube because almost all of the comments were misunderstanding like our sarcasm. And they were just like, yeah, demon rats, they want to take everything. I was like, oh shit, dude. So that was fun.
Okay.
As someone who does check that kind of stuff, I've been posting shorts and that algo was wild.
Okay.
Fun stuff though. Just it's wild where they push you. I didn't even like do hashtags or anything that was gonna get us, into that. It was just content based. So fun stuff. Welcome to the pod. I'm wearing this shirt for you guys.
America.
Back to back. Little champs, baby.
Still a great t-shirt.
Listen, a viewer's a viewer's a viewer. I'll take them. I don't give a shit. I've been trying to post like little snippets. We don't put too much time throughout the week. We put all of our time here on Sundays. Mm-hmm. So when I'm clipping these things, I don't really put a lot of thought into it. I just kind of send it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
but a little shocked to see that.
I feel like magic could be captured in that.
Yeah,
like that spontaneity. We
got to get out of that algo.
True.
We got to funnel our way right out of that. I think we should talk about more like leftist creators or something, Talk about Hassan more or like Curtis Connor. You know what I mean?
We do talk about Hassan a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever brought up Curtis Connor.
Do
you watch him regularly?
I do.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He's kind of like the guy that I look to for like zany like edits.
Okay.
As an editor, I really like his style. More so than like Noah. I watch him for like his narration building and delivery stuff, but I really like the editing.
Noah's definitely drier.
Yeah. So that
in a bad way.
But we should do that more because I feel like we often have like these big right wing names in our thumbnails and our other shit. So like I think maybe that's why.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good theory.
So we will do something about that. Maybe next pod we'll do some explorations of our favorite content creators or something and do a little tier list.
Okay,
that'd be kind of fun, I think.
Yeah, I have some names popping up.
So throughout the week we'll send each other some like content creators and I'll compile a tier list and then we'll go at it and then maybe try to change the algo sentiment of our podcast.
Oh, rebrand.
we should
use our new overlay.
We'll work on it. Every day is growth here at the React Lord pod. So anyway, it feels good, dude. Feels good to be back live with our new hog viewer. We have a Hogwatch on the agenda.
Yeah, we're gonna disappoint them so much today.
Yeah. I wonder like how accurate the algo is. I wonder if these hogs are like open-minded hogs. Because I don't know. You can't get too much insight from a one comment.
I mean,
right?
if they're like
it's silly.
I always like wonder about the age of our viewers.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're a younger person, like under 25, you're more likely to be swayed, be more open or like.
Yeah. And I mean, we're not exactly the youngest anymore.
anymore. Yeah.
I'm finding it harder to like, shift my own views and mindsets as I get older. You're used to it. You get set in your ways. That's not really a cliche, I don't think.
Yeah, but that's also not a bad thing. I think it just depends on what context, right?
As long as the things that you've developed throughout your years have been mostly positive, like habits.
Yeah.
But me, for example, one that I think is the most dirty habit that I've taken with me, from my youth is biting my nails.
Okay.
I don't really know any 30-year-old who does that. I'm not 30, but I mean, like, I keep talking about, I'm going into my 30s in the next 2 years here. Mm-hmm. I don't know anybody who does that.
Dude, I would not feel even the slightest bit bad working at the coffee shop. Like, I'm not judging anybody. Like, I bite my nails too, but like, everyone fucking does it. Like, everyone does it. I'm talking like 20-year-olds. I'm talking about like the kids of the 40-year-olds who come in, like the 60. Like, I see people biting their nails sitting at the bar.
I'm just saying, like chipping away at those bad habits, like, mindsets and stuff, like it just gets harder. And I feel like that's why you see like Republicans are always kind of an older age group. And I don't want that for us. Like, yeah, I don't want that to be our age group of people who give a shit. It's just like these hogs that are like, yeah, they hate the demon rats. It's like, well, you don't understand sarcasm. Like, you're not getting it. Like, what?
Yeah,
these are jokes.
Do you think they'll ever get it? There's any possible way, any segue in which you can like change their mind?
I think you're right though. There's like a younger subsect of like meme lords. I don't know what they call themselves. Edgy, meme guy. No, we're not. I mean, you think we're edgy?
No. I mean,
an edgelord. That's what they're called, right? Like the guys who like push the limits, but they're not necessarily like malicious individuals. They just think it's funny. I think middle school humor, potty humor from middle schoolers.
Yeah.
Like when they say shit, it's just like, I think those guys you can change the minds of that are just doing it for giggles, like shits and gigs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's something there as far as that part of the Republican Party. But no, not the grifters. There's no change in guys.
No. You got to change their wallet.
Dude, Steven Crowder, I know we're not talking about that today, but the $50 million contract that he turned down for it being slave wage. You can't stop those guys. Those guys, they're set in their ways. And they're getting paid very generously for it. You can't stop that side of the internet for sure.
Well, I think ultimately when you live within capitalism, you can change people by changing their wallet. Like if you could I honestly think that it could be as easy as like what did you want to do, or what do you see yourself doing, like, and it doesn't have to be like, you got to change that concept of what a job is. There are fucking people who build Legos for a living. Like if you just want to build Legos, I wish there was an avenue in which like you could more easily do that and make enough money to like still pay rent and eat dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. But I mean,
I think Steven Crowder probably tried to do other things before he landed.
Oh, he's a failed theater kid for sure. I'm trying to say something about Steven Crowder without it sounding like I'm defending him, because I'm not.
I think he would have been better as a person making a livable wage as a shitty theater kid than he would. I think he would also be happier.
You think he'd be? Yeah, I think he would be happier ultimately, because right now he's alone. None of his posse wants to sit with him.
Probably not.
The only person who does want to sit with him had to offer him $50 million, and that person was Ben Shapiro. That's his friend. But what I was going to say...
Not after the Civil War.
I was going to say about Steven Crowder is he worked with Hassan Abi, right? Hassan Piker at the Young Turks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, wasn't that they came up together and they totally went two different ways. And I think you're absolutely right. Money is a really powerful society signifier. And if you want power or like autonomy over your own life in the system that we live in, you do need capital. And I that's just the reality of it. And it's shitty because on an individual level, we can't change that. We have to adapt. Right? Because right now we don't have capital. We don't have any power. We have our podcast. So,
and we're valued at about
We digress.
$14.
I don't even know how we devolved to. Oh yeah, our hog audience that we're developing. Can we change them? Do we want them?
I say you can stay, but if you fuck up, you're gone.
You can sit with us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also open to like what are the drawbacks, right? Are there any drawbacks? Is it even I feel even mean saying that they're drawbacks. Like,
yeah.
I think you can have the opportunity to disappoint me. You could stay, but once you disappoint me, like I got to take action after that.
What do you think in your life has been one of those moments that you had to take action on due to disappointment? Like, can you look at a time and you're like, yeah, I have to do this because you disappointed me.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. Like, I work at a middle school, and
you just keep cutting kids off.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Like,
you disappointed me.
I'll say like, hey, you know, I'm not gonna give you any consequences right now, even though like I've been told I have to.
Yeah.
But I'm not. And then they do it, but like they do the thing again right in front of me.
Disrespect.
After I told them like, just don't do it in front of me.
Yeah.
They do it in front of me.
Right.
And that's disappointing because it's like, in my mind, I can't tell if they're doing it on purpose or if they're just dumb. Like,
so I think that's where our line will be then. So you can hang out, hogs, as long as you're not dumb.
Yeah. Don't
disappoint us.
Because you're not allowed. My kids are allowed. They're children. You're not allowed. I don't like I don't know how to make that more clear.
And now that we've set the boundaries here at the React Lord podcast, welcome hogs. You can stay, you can sit, don't be dumb. Anything else going on before we kind of jump in? We don't really have that much content today.
I mean, I would like to say happy Lunar New Year. We are
Lunar
recording on Lunar New Year Day.
Today's Lunar, so it's like the
Lunar New Year. Yeah.
Ice, my doggo.
January 22nd, Year of the Rabbit, 2023. Let's go.
Yeah.
Personally, I am Year of the Rooster. I just learned you are Year of the Dog.
You're Year of the Cock.
I am.
Quack.
Yeah, very loud. Is
like my dog. I want to shut the door, actually.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. We thought we could have a podcast that's an open experience for all in this house, but I guess we were wrong. So it's January 22nd today, right? Is that what it is?
It is the
Happy Lunar New Year.
I would also like to say in a more relevant sense, condolences to some families that are affected by the most recent mass shooting in LA. Very, very sad. Still, I think, just wild. Like,
for those of you who don't know, LA County, where we're at, last night in Monterey Park, 10 people at this point have been killed, and multiple people were injured at a Lunar New Year festivities in a club in Monterey Park. And this is kind of an old tweet, actually outdated now, because it says no suspect has been brought forth, but that's not true. Someone has, and we have more details too. So let me pull up some stuff here.
You know, and my first thought when this was introduced to me was, it's racism, it's some Asian hate stuff. But from what we read earlier, it seems to be more of a domestic dispute, and someone.
Well, yeah, your first thought, dude. Yeah. It's Lunar New Year, and so Lunar New Year festivity in Monterey Park, and the environment exactly has not been super welcoming to marginalized folks lately. That was a lot of people's first thoughts. This was a hate crime, but it's not a hate crime, I guess. Intimate partner violence led to this catastrophic event in Monterey Park, where 10 now have lost their lives.
Yeah. But it doesn't, I don't think that overshoots the severity of like gun violence in the US. Like, it's only the 22nd of the new year. And like we've already had like in the double digits of mass shootings in the nation. Yeah. And I just think that's crazy. That's like,
in what context though? Because to me, that's just another month in the USA. I don't know, man.
True.
I'm sorry, but I'm not even trying to be funny, dude. That's just like a statistic that is not changing. If not, it's growing, right?
No, you're not wrong. I would say that maybe I need to change my own perspective, because like maybe I'm putting.
You need to
too
stop
much...
being so surprised.
Yeah. I gotta stop being so surprised.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Maybe I become surprised because of my shock. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I guess if I was trying to be optimistic about it, I guess it's like good that you're still shocked. You still expect it not to happen.
Yeah, but is my shock paralyzing me?
Is
Maybe
it?
not. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I do feel like I used to be a lot more open to going things. Like, I don't know if I would ever go to a.
Oh,
like
you
a
meant like is your shock paralyzing you and your ability to do stuff, like just operate as an American citizen?
Yeah,
like you're a little worried about it.
Like what? Like what if I am in a situation? You know, like.
Well, we're small, so lucky. I've already thought about this in detail, actually. Hide behind bigger folks. For people like us, we're under 5'2". Almost everybody is larger than us.
This is like
dude,
the
I'm
bear
sorry.
argument.
Self-provision.
Run faster
self-preservation.
than the
Yeah,
other person.
Dude. Fight or flight, baby. You're not going to fight the guy. Let's be honest.
For sure.
And if you're going to flight, at that point, you might be risking harm to your body. Mm-hmm. So if it's already happening, I've thought about this, dude. I'm rubbing blood on my body and probably putting a bigger person over me.
I hate that. That's fucking. I don't want to be traumatized, and I feel already like not great thinking about it. I hate thinking about it.
Dude, you're bumming me out. I feel like I shouldn't have worn this shirt on the podcast now, dude. Like, fuck.
No. I don't know. I mean, I'm just getting in my head. I just hate guns so much. Like I feel like I have a shirt
that says another century spent pointing guns at anything that moves. I feel like I should have worn that one today.
Maybe, but this is a funny shirt. It's a funny shirt. Shouts out Lakewood Mall.
Yeah. You really can get anything there.
You can.
Yeah.
You could send that guy images. He'll make them on the spot.
That's kind of sick, though.
It is kind of sick.
Next week, we're dropping the React Lord merch line. Courtesy of...
Limited edition, first run.
Get on Amazon. No. But yeah, dude, that was rough. That was a rough thing to wake up to this morning. Because that's breaking news. That's why all the tweets are a little bit outdated. And we're still getting breaking updates coming out of that. So that's a tough way to start the Lunar New Year. But yeah, Rooster, dude, that's what you are. Any I don't know, dude. Anything you want to speak to that? Is that do you resonate?
It's supposedly the 10th animal in the 12 animal zodiac.
That's last.
It's pretty much last, yeah.
What's the dog? Am I up there?
I can Google it real quick.
Yeah, can you Google it? Because my mom is the dragon. That sounds pretty important.
Dude.
Like at least significant in volume. It's definitely the biggest. It could step on your cock. Dog definitely seems like I would resonate with it. Loyal, right?
The dog is the 11th.
You're
Welcome
the 12th,
to the back of the line, bud.
But hold on, you're 12th, right?
No, I'm 10.
Fuck.
That's okay though.
I thought you said you were first.
No.
In the kitchen.
Like okay, so I heard when I haven't checked this the veracity of this story, but the fable that I have heard is that the Chinese zodiac, the numbers are associated to like when each animal arrived to this party that they were invited to.
Yes, and it's in a garden.
Mm-hmm, and it's in a garden, but they have to cross this river.
Yep.
And the rooster supposedly like
he's
had a group, like we all like convoyed together as a group to go to the party together.
I've seen the Charmed episode.
And so the rooster supposedly like takes charge of the group and like gets them there, but they run into trouble at the river, and the rooster makes sure everyone gets across and is the last one across. I mean, that's the reason why it's the 10th, because it chose to go last. But I don't know. That's just what's been told.
I thought I was 11th, though.
And you're 11th, so like, what's up, dog?
I'm the herder, dude.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that none of my sheep are getting away. Okay, listen.
Is that true though, or did you like try to
strongest is
solo
at the
mission
end.
it? And...
I gotta protect the end, dude. If someone's gonna come up the end, it's gonna be the dog that attacks. Okay, know that.
Okay. Well, you know, the Google is telling me that dogs are associated with loyalty, readiness to help others, and exuberance. So you might be right.
I, if nothing, am exuberant. Okay, listen, listen.
Listening.
Yeah. Do you know who's not exuberant? I'm so bad at segues. I'm like the worst at segues. I don't know how to segue for
Ldin.
shit. Yeah,
Ldin.
He's back. Shady's back. And he's just awful. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Well, and like, what's up with the sudden change of opinion? Isn't this like, why did he didn't care before? Why does he all of a sudden care?
Because bro,
it's not even the hype.
Told him not.
No one even does hot tub streams anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, he could be making money off a hot tub stream. No, I honestly, I don't understand his angle here. But it is weird that he's coming out now, Adin Ross, and trying to get hot tub streams banned from Twitch, which has been a meta on Twitch for nearly 2 years at this point. It's not new. A lot of people have been speculating that is this like revenge for the gambling meta? No one in the gambling meta that was going after him does hot tub streams, so I don't understand how that could be it. But he's not alone. XQC's also criticized it in the past. A lot of people have criticized it. I don't understand the legitimacy behind it.
Ldin's just bitter because he can't visit his boo in jail anymore because his lawyer said highly unlikely.
Yeah. Well, it could be that, you know, in Adin missing his conjugal visit with Andrew Tate, he turned to Twitch to find some satisfaction. And maybe he was just sad with what he saw. Maybe he got roasted in a comment section or something like that. I don't know what his thing is, but this is what he's saying about it. Quote from Adin Ross: I saw one person that lost a lot of money gambling. You guys banned gambling. You guys moved on it so quick. I think we have a problem on Twitch, and I think the hot tub stream should be banned from Twitch. It's a portal to OnlyFans in the same category as gambling.
But it's not gambling.
He's saying that it is,
it's not
in fact, a gateway drug to porn.
Not gambling. Porn, not gambling, though.
It's a gateway.
Not.
It's a gateway, dog. Anyway.
Yeah, but that's still, I don't think, comparable. Gambling is different than porn.
I 100% agree. Let's listen to what Adin Ross actually said verbatim.
Okay. I'm going to flat out and say it, bro. I don't know how many people are going to back me
on
this. Twitch, I believe heavily. You know, I saw one person that lost a lot of money to gambling. You guys banned gambling. You guys moved on it quick. I think we have a problem, Twitch. I think there's the hot tub streams, bro. I think it should be banned from Twitch. I think hot tub streaming should be banned from Twitch. It's soft porn. It's a portal to OnlyFans, and you know, it's in the same category as gambling, right? Because it's promoting
I think a hot tub streamer like Broly's hard or something. I don't know. This seems personal.
Yeah.
Was he the guy that lost a lot of money? Was he the guy?
Brain, and
he's just trying to make it back
making
now.
people addicted to
is he addicted?
It's feeding
is
their
he the
addiction
guy?
to jerking off.
Well, it kind of falls in line
He's
with
like crossing his arms
the narrative that is people that follow Andrew Tate, like they're addicted to porn, or that they're
is this a
beta males.
Yo, this is a classic Adin L.
I'm gonna flat out say it. I don't care who agrees, who doesn't agree, but it's just a fact in my opinion. I think if
it's a fact in my opinion,
and, you know,
I love that. I'm gonna start saying that.
I was gonna say, is that the React Lord Pod's new tagline? It's a fact in my opinion, bro.
Yes.
Listen.
Oh, dude, that is our new tag for sure.
It's a fact in my opinion. Listen. He goes on to say that it's he goes in even more so on the hot tub streamer, saying it's promoting poison. You know what I'm saying, in the brain. It's just like, all right, man. He's claiming it's an addiction and that it's pretty much soft porn. It's going to lead to OnlyFans, yada, yada, yada. It's the pipeline. This is the pipeline to radicalism for our women, I guess.
I don't know. I can't imagine any women watch Adin Ross.
I'm sure there's a few. I don't know. It definitely seems like a self-snitch.
I think so.
I think he lost a lot of money donating, and someone didn't read his donos or something. And he was like, "I'm Adin. I'm the Adin. Why aren't you caring or something?" I think this is personal.
Yeah, I think so too. It's too like out of pocket. It's too weird. Something seems off. I don't know what it is. I have no evidence, but it's vibes. Everything's just vibes.
It's an interesting like a way to retaliate against Twitch for banning his favorite category, I guess, is just clinging on to like another niche category and making similar claims.
Yeah, but there's so much other bullshit he could probably spin or grift on. Like, how come he's so stuck on gambling?
He just loves it, I think. Yeah, I think he made a lot of money, and that's enough to fuel the love that he has for gambling, right?
I guess.
Like you said earlier in the pod, man.
I just like
find the pockets, get the guy.
I guess.
You know?
I guess.
Especially in this field, I mean.
Yeah.
You know, if someone's gonna come up and be like, "Hey, bro, I'll give you millions of dollars. All you gotta do is click this button."
I just don't get it. I don't know.
I mean, I don't get the appeal of it, but I mean, I guess I would if someone came up to me with millions of dollars. Maybe I'd be like, "Yeah, hot tub streamers, softcore porn." I don't know. Would you? You know, here's $4 million. Click a button and you know, do your thing. You doing it?
No.
No?
No.
Not even to click a button?
Like how many times do I have to click this button?
I don't know. Let's say it's a Steven Crowder situation.
What happens when I click the button?
A bunch of lights show up, but mostly nothing. Nothing really happens.
But that's different than gambling.
No, that is gambling, dude. I mean, you get paid. That's what happens. They get paid all this money. They click a button and nothing happens for them.
Yeah, but they just click a button like in front of like 89,000 people.
Yeah, but when you click the button, literally nothing is happening, buddy. You're just in front of a camera clicking a button and getting paid for it. It's not their money they're losing. Nothing is literally happening. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, for a simple-minded person, it's pretty easy to get why they would do this, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the difference is that it's like advertised, right?
Yeah.
Tinder. Fucking. You showed this to me earlier and I didn't understand.
I think it's enough just to show it.
Yeah. My first reaction is like, what the fuck are you getting for $500?
What do you think they're getting for $500?
It's just the app? It's just you now get access to what you originally got for free for $500?
What would you expect from Tinder for $500, Nathan?
Listen, the extent of my knowledge of Tinder is the one night I made a profile with my friends. I haven't used it since. And speak about clicking a screen. Like, it just was,
and nothing happening. Am I right?
And nothing happened. Yeah. I don't know. It's another thing I don't get. I don't get Tinder.
I expect drugs and a party. I'm just gonna say it. If I'm paying $500 on Tinder,
like a narrative of Tinder? Is that something that happens? Like, that wasn't my experience. No one invited me to any drug parties.
Well, are you paying $500 a month for Tinder? Because this seems like this seems like something that Andrew Tate would do.
Yeah, this I feel like is gonna lead to some eyes wide shut type shit.
Pay $500 and I'll give you bitches and drugs. Okay.
But it's an extra $3 for the sparkling water.
It's the new work club. Whatever it's called. War room.
Ugh, yeah.
I don't know, dude. The titties come with gold. I don't know. What do you get for $500 on Tinder? Seriously, what is the product?
Plan? I don't know.
The product is people, which kind of makes it really gross. I don't understand, right? What is the product here you get?
Think, like,
what's the value?
I think there are like other features you get access to when you pay for them. I don't know about this $500 one, but I do think you can like see more stuff. I remember there was like a paywall when we were exploring the app a little bit.
Yeah, and then here's Hinge also introducing sort of their premium dating service as well for $60 a month.
What the hell is Hinge? What's their getup or their shtick?
You know, these are all just dating sites introducing these really insane insane subscription fees. He got matched for 100 million in their revenues. So these big names are making money though. I don't. Maybe it's a little bit darker, a little kinkier or something. Maybe it's like a kink match. That'd be kind of fun.
Exactly.
Maybe you would pay for that, like anonymity plus like.
But then it's not
privacy.
Like
pay for that.
If this is just a sex app, like that's fine. But I feel like they don't market it as a sex app.
Well, you have to market to the masses though. So maybe this is that. Maybe that is that. Maybe that's what's happening, actually.
If you take in consideration the profit motive, they don't want people to leave, right? They want them to stay on the app, right?
But I think maybe they're expanding their features, and these features haven't been rolled out. So they they haven't told us, the public, what they expect to be doing with this $500 service fee. And again, if there's not gold on the titties, I don't want it. I'm sorry, dude. That's the only way, right? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just Salt Bae sprinkling gold on the titties.
Premium titties.
Platinum titties. Like, the creme de la creme of titties.
Yeah, I just $500 a month. That's what got me. It's like, it's not.
That's like a quarter of your rent. You know, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
you couldn't date and pay rent at the same time. You've got to choose one over the other.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Well, yeah, because I'm really curious. Are both parties paying for this $500 service fee?
Like,
right? Like,
you both have to be paying to match with each other?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it just like the new Raya? Maybe it's an exclusivity, right? I don't know. I'm so curious. I want in. Palette cleanser time. Love a good palette cleanser. I kind of like that. We've been doing some palette cleansers. You like the last one.
I did the last one.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I can't remember what it was, but I remember laughing.
No, you don't remember? It was Miss USA. Frost. That was good.
It was good.
That was a good palette cleanser. Anyway, I got this one. This is more wholesome. This gentleman discovers something while live, and it's kind of cute. It's cute. It should make you smile.
Hung up just a little bit. Oh, I moved the map. I didn't know I could do that. No way.
Hold on, let's turn it up a little bit.
No way.
It's just a wholesome moment going down.
Right now, kind of hung up just a little bit. Oh, I moved the map. I didn't know I could do that. No way.
Are you serious? Did you just
discover that?
I gotta try it. Hold on.
Can you believe that? Just touch it. You can go anywhere you want.
That's so cool.
I didn't know. Can I zoom? Oh man, it's a great day. It's a great day. It's a beautiful start this morning. Our temperatures are warming up nicely this afternoon, but we're still gonna. I've never
seriously.
See,
touched
why can't
it.
we have fun like that on the pod?
What's going on here? All right. Anyway, I'm gonna figure this all out.
Here?
A beautiful day in the next couple of days.
Dude, how cute and wholesome was that?
Instead, we talk about mass shootings.
And platinum titties. Shut up.
And platinum titties.
We had platinum titties on the pod today, okay? You know, gold titties, platinum titties, $500 titties. I don't know. They're out there.
Yeah, but they're not touch sensitive.
The titties? Wait, I was like, wait a second. What kind of titties are you touching? The ones I've seen and touched are touch sensitive.
I'm talking about, true. But can you zoom in on them?
Yes. Yes. All right, we're moving on. Guys, there's something that I did want to bring up. I don't know. It's kind of a segue to Hogwatch. This whole time, our camera's been crooked, or this has been. I think it's the camera that's crooked.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's just been bothering my ADHD, and this has been bothering a lot of Republicans. You know who Pink
Republicans
Floyd is?
like Pink Floyd?
Okay, so you do know who Pink Floyd is. Okay, good. Do you think that they would? It's classic rock after all, right? You know, The Wall. It's good stuff. Good stuff. America loves Pink Floyd.
I thought pink was like a girl color.
But Floyd's a boy name.
Trans? I'm just kidding.
Cancel this man right now, dude. No, Pink Floyd is coming out on their 50-year like reissuing of their most famous album, and they introduced this art to drop it on Twitter. Big announcements going out, right? Being paid for. Some people don't like this. This
I don't
is
like
their
it.
original design, for those of you who don't know. Very classic design.
I think it's kind of boring.
Really? Because the Republicans think it has something to do with the gays.
Well, why?
Well, it's the rainbow, duh.
But wasn't the original one having a rainbow in it?
Yeah, I just showed the original one. This is the original one right here. It has a triangle and the going in and then coming out with the white.
Weird, huh?
So this is what the internet said. What is the connection between Pink Floyd's masterpiece and LGBT? And us and them is about pronouns. Go woke, go broke, boys. So they're protesting buying the album. It's just, what's up with the right? It's just sad, dude. This is what we said at the beginning of the podcast. You can come, you can hang out. Just don't be dumb.
This is an example of dumb.
And we are gonna do more dumb. There's too much dumb
Good
on the
segue.
internet.
Good segue.
Was it?
Yeah.
Rate it.
Like 7 out of 10.
Okay, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out at Living Blue in Texas, Michelle, putting together some of the most unhinged threads. Just the worst threads.
Mm-hmm.
We cover them every so now and then. We call it Hogwatch here on the React Lord Pod, and we have quite a few today. So we're gonna get cozy, guys. Buckle in.
Hog reacts.
Yep, get ready because we got Hog Reacts on the menus. And we're going to start with this guy, Mr. Dunning-Kruger, who recently heard someone say American was built on free labor.
We wouldn't have the high-rise buildings in Washington, D.C. and everything we have in America if it hadn't been for the enslaved blacks that built it all for free. This woman is an idiot. The slaves were in the South picking cotton. They weren't building gigantic buildings. They didn't go to Washington. They didn't go to New York. They didn't go to Chicago. They didn't go anyplace else and build buildings. They worked on farms. Yes, they were slaves. They were brought here. They were brought here and sold by their own people, brought here to work. But to talk about America, we wouldn't have the great wealth we have right now.
Like
we wouldn't have all the riches we have. We wouldn't have all our buildings because
it's like a mixture of like youth pastor and mansplaining put together.
Yeah, and a lot of dumb.
Let me tell you what really happened. You're wrong. Maybe there's some truth, but you're wrong and I'm right. And let me tell you.
Oh yeah, and then you got this classic background. Love the background. It's some of my favorite.
Not when everybody else was a slave. She has no idea what happened.
Must be related to Mitch McConnell.
How it went forward. She's crazy. What about the Irish that came to New York?
Speaking of Year of the Rooster.
What about the people that came from Scotland and other countries who came here to help build America? They were not slaves, especially black slaves. They came looking for a better place to live and more for their families.
What?
That they didn't have where they came from.
There is a fundamental failure in our education system.
You think this guy went to the education system? You think he learned?
He's lost the plot, buddy.
I like don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say. This is just simple observation of the masses.
Unjabbed. You come on my ridge planning on taking any of my constitutional rights, I promise you, you won't be leaving. So if you have kids, have somebody raise them and tell your friends goodbye.
That's right, baby. I mean, hey.
Like, I want to know, like what?
Jams.
Like, why? Why did you post that? Why did he post that? I don't understand. Like, what did he get out of that? Like, gratification, but where did that, like, from what?
He's a big, bad, scary man, Nathan. He needs to let the internet know.
He didn't even show me a gun. I didn't see any gun.
No. This one's too long. I'm not going to watch 2-minute ones. Why are they all 2 minutes and 20 seconds? Is this like a dog whistle?
It's a new meta.
This guy says if you're born in America, you're an American unless, you're a Democrat.
Hey, everybody. So, they proved it.
Is he live, too? This is a live? I got to jump into some of these, man. Unhinged content.
Americans. They do not believe in America. How do I know this? Everybody was saying, well, they're just saying these things, because it's an election.
How do I know this?
year.
Because everyone's saying.
You gotta.
It's the best thing, dude. This is my opinion and it's fact, okay? What was it? This is a fact and that's my opinion?
Yeah.
That's a fact and that's my opinion. Okay, listen, dude. I'm gonna say that all the time.
Dear Joseph Rogan, I got your stuff, man. So,
Side note, nice Sherpa, dude.
I've been taking it for a little while.
Love the fit. It's just a
Yeah,
fit.
it is
He's
a
looking
fit.
good,
It
dude.
is a fit.
This chud looks good.
I was just wondering if you could help me out on a little something. When does it start working, man? Like,
Yo, wait. Is this
Is this
like
a-
a...
yeah, is it
trust you,
troll?
man.
Yeah.
You said this shit works.
His fit's too fire. Maybe he is
Alpha
a fucking
brain.
lib.
I was gonna say he's dressed too good.
You said it works. When does it start working, bro? Like, I'm starting to feel a little conned.
So is Joe Rogan. He can't tell when a father is not a father.
Yo, all these people are live. I want to find these lives. I made our TikTok on the React Lord TikTok, and
So you're gonna break our algorithm or what?
I think I'm gonna lean into it. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I gotta break it. I need in. How do you get on this side of TikTok?
Is the fucking constant fear mongering. What I'm sick of
Oh shit! Sorry.
is constantly seeing what the government's gonna fucking get us into next. You gotta fucking
She's
default
got a potty mouth, man.
on your debt, then stop giving goddamn Ukraine all your fucking money.
Oh, okay. So she's talking about the debt
They
ceiling.
don't need our fucking money. I don't give a fuck if we bomb the whole fucking country. I don't care.
Jesus Christ, dude. She knows that's a nuclear war she's talking about, right?
United States should have kept
She
their
doesn't
fucking
know.
nose out of
She
it. We ain't
doesn't
got shit
know.
to do with that. All we're doing is supplying money. Meanwhile, the government keeps giving themselves a goddamn raise, and we're fucking struggling.
Is she saying the government keeps giving us a raise as in raising the debt ceiling? Is that what she's talking about?
I don't know if she knows what.
Are
she's
you fucking
talking
kidding
about.
me? $80 a week for some goddamn eggs. I'm fucking tired of it.
I don't
Trump
think that's
is not
true either.
You said $80 a week for eggs, bitch. How many eggs are
is
you
she
eating?
buying?
What the fuck?
coming to save y'all.
She's like
The
coming
government
away
should've
from
done
Ross
been
with like
taken out.
100
If we all
eggs.
come together and stop it.
Leaving the Kroger's absolutely rabid. Okay,
What
just
she
what
didn't
happens
say
when
is
you
that she runs a breakfast establishment.
They're too lazy to do
Where-
called egg heaven.
It's
So-
called Egg Heaven. It's where she actually needs those eggs. That's not relatable, lady.
Oh my god. You tell you what, we did see the egg phenomenon though.
We did, but I
not that
do
bad.
not believe that people were buying.
No,
Maybe they were
they-
buying 80 eggs,
Yeah, but
but
who's
not
eating that many
$80
eggs in a
worth of
week?
eggs.
Like I'm thinking about my family, and even like a family of 5 maybe can eat 80 eggs. Yeah,
That's a
maybe.
maybe, and that's a
Maybe.
big push. That's a big push.
And even that family is likely not eating eggs every morning. I mean, maybe, dude. I don't know, man.
Sometimes you could get too many eggs.
Ooh, this one's dramatic. Look, it's in black and white. Dude, the depth in this one. It's artistic. Like it.
Is it the Mandela effect?
No.
What is the Mandela effect?
The Mandela effect is like when you say something that you heard, but you heard it wrong, and like it's always been perpetuated as that.
Oh, okay.
Like the Bernstein Bears or something is actually the Berenstein Bears.
You remember that one time on January 10th, 2023, when Biden signed our sovereign rights away? When
What?
he made Canada and America and Mexico one? And we finally understood why the borders were wide open and being invaded and nobody gave a shit? Yeah. It's weird now. Our money is worthless. Our country is poor. We have no food or water. We're living like people did in Venezuela and Cuba. And it's weird because they came over here to escape that, but we just turned into that. It was kind of like all those books that warned us, like Marxism.
Wait, hold on. Hold on before we get
That
into
was a jump.
hold on before we get into Marxism though. His whole premise is flawed.
Yeah.
He goes, God damn these open borders, lack of money. That's what them border people came over here for, was to make a better life for themselves. And now they can't. Because the borders.
Why
I'm
would
so
they have to come over?
confused.
Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. are one now.
Yeah, there's no borders.
Yeah,
and then he said it like a positive too. Was like, that's what they came here.
Well, and he's got he's got the American flag behind him. He's like still repping that shithole.
Yeah, that he definitely bought on Amazon. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
But we didn't read those.
Or the Lakewood
we
Mall.
did.
I don't know.
We just didn't care. And then we saw it happening, and we all told each other about it. And we said, hey, look, it's happening. But then we all went to work for corporate America just so we could fill their pockets to pay for our shit that we didn't own anyway. Yeah, that was crazy back then, wasn't it?
Yo, I love the imagination on some of these hogs, though. Like, it's just creative writing for them. And I love that. I think everyone needs an outlet. Like, this is great.
I want to see the stupidest strong with this one.
Like, it's so short. These are my favorite. These are my favorite because you just get a little glimpse into the stupidity.
Just hit me with that brain disease.
I've been unvaccinated 4 times.
Wait,
and
what?
I'm waiting on my 5th unvaccination. How about you?
What?
I have so many questions. How? What? How do you get unvaccinated? Oh, speaking of vaccines, though, did you see that other hog trend?
No.
The shaking. You seen the shaking?
I mean, I have seen some like fake vaccine side effects that involve shaking, but
I think
is this like new shaking?
Yeah, Caroline had posted an example, but I've seen them all over my timeline. It's not just Caroline posting them. But yeah, like this. This allegedly is from the COVID vaccine. It's not. So there's a fact checker down here. This has not been verified at all to be linked to the vaccine. But this is what people are posting. Again, not real. This is not real.
Yeah,
This is not real.
I think I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I think. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
I think it looked fake, though.
Doctors have found that these side effects have not been linked to the vaccine. So I just, again, want to say that it has been fact checked. Not real. Don't take our video down. Okay, there was said it not real. It wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, want to get that out here. Anyway, back to the downfall of America.
Followers of the Adventure Stalking channel, this is Stalker coming at you. I'm gonna
Cool
tell you guys.
chest tat.
I got no life. I literally.
Wait, love that.
Channel. This is Stalker coming at you.
We love self-aware
Friend,
kings.
Followers of the Adventure Stalking channel, this is Stalker coming at you. I'm gonna tell you guys. I got no life.
And that's it.
I literally, from the moment I wake to the moment I sleep, am watching conspiracy theories. It's driving me insane. My beard is all crazy. Look, man, I need to get this all fixed up and brushed and combed. And
it is case studies like this that really do make me question the positivity and of the internet. Hey, this man needs to get off. He needs to touch grass. He needs to go get friends. This is not
He needs
safe.
$500 a month for Tinder.
but here I am sitting here watching conspiracy theories. I just got out of bed an hour ago. I'm on my week off.
Week off?
And that's all I do. Like, literally, that's all I do. Man, every once in a while, I'll flip on like the blacklist,
awesome.
but then that just...
This guy's out of the rat race. What did he do and how did he do it?
No, my first inclination was this man should not work in education because that's the only job I can think about where you get a week off is schools. This man should not be in schools. No.
Brings me right back to conspiracy theories because that's what the government's doing. I think Hollywood is nothing more than a billboard for their agendas.
Love it.
And what's really going on in this world. So I don't know that I really ever escape conspiracy hunting. That's just a little fun fact.
Does he live in Hollywood?
Because that's what the government's doing. I think Hollywood is nothing more than a billboard.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I can see that connection.
He likes to consume content.
Okay, wait, hold on. Here's the
Electric
guy who
Boogaloo.
started all the fires. Wait, oh, is this Electric Boogaloo? Because the Hawaiian shirt. This is very 2018.
Well, yeah, you silly goose. Of course I remember the summer of 2020. How could I ever forget such great times and the great friends I made along the way?
Oh my god.
What?
That's a cue call.
Oh.
Ay, these fucking hogs. Not doing the 2 minutes and 20 seconds. What is that, dude? Is that like as long as Twitter will allow you to upload? Is that why? So I can't watch the 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I 47 seconds I can do. Let's do under a minute.
So, okay, y'all.
you're going to fucking tell me that
I love the hogs freaking out about the debt ceiling. It's actually kind of one of my favorite categories at the moment.
It's made up.
Okay, y'all. You're going to
It is made up. It's only us in Denmark that have a debt ceiling.
Fucking tell
But
me.
that's not what they mean.
that at the same fucking time Congress is having to go in and debate raising the debt ceiling, you know, to keep the
debt ceiling
federal government from defaulting on their fucking debts.
Debts.
At the same time we're having to do that, we're going to send $3 billion more to fucking Ukraine. Y'all, this is enough.
So that's the discrepancy, truly, right? Is the fact that the debt ceiling, I don't know if you know this or not, but we did hit the debt ceiling last Thursday. So now Congress is pretty much rushing to not shut the government down again, like in 2011 with the same kind of like split in the House and Congress and stuff. So it's like they're concerned about that, but they're also concerned that we've already passed funds to send to Ukraine. But there's nothing that can actually be done about that because it's already been approved funds to be allocated.
And I think they
yeah. We already have debt for that. Like that's already baked into the budget. So I don't understand the connection that is being made here.
I think that the connection is baseless, but there is a connection nonetheless. That it's just associated that they're talking about it, but they're talking about it like one step behind. Like you're like what. I also understand that the money's already been appropriated, so it's already taken into consideration when talking about the debt ceiling.
Yeah.
So
You can't
it
think
sounds
of that.
almost as though they're talking about it as though that money hasn't been appropriated yet, and I guess it makes it sound a little bit worse.
I guess in their little pea brains, what's going on is money, a lot of money. Debt ceiling is a lot of money. Therefore, lots of money related. Is that right? Did I do it?
I think so.
I think I did it.
They didn't say anything about
cracked
when
the
we
puzzle.
increase the military spending. Like again.
Nathan.
For more
simpler
people to fucking snap because goddamn
Lots
I
of
know
money.
I'm over the whole government bullshit. I'm over the whole Joe Biden bullshit. I'm over the whole fucking
Us too,
Democrat
man.
bullshit. And I'm fucking done with all these goddamn politicians selling our fucking country out.
Me too, dude.
It's fucking bullshit. Stand
True.
up. Make your voice
Yeah.
heard. God bless y'all.
I think we should abolish the debt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it serves no point.
It really
It
doesn't.
really doesn't, because like no matter what, we're spending money.
Yeah. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to keep spending money.
Yeah.
That's not happening. That's not stopping.
It's not.
No, we need money. We need, you know, what was I was watching Hassan and he wouldn't talk about the debt ceiling. And all I wanted to do was him to talk about the debt ceiling. And no, I'm not an annoying chatter. I don't write that shit in chat. I just think it all up here. And he was going to talk about it. And I really wanted to understand a little bit more on like our actual process behind it. Why haven't we obliterated the debt ceiling to, you know, get rid of all of this fighting in Congress? Because obviously it's super political, right?
Well, I think it's a tool in the same sense of like the filibuster. People just use it.
Didn't we do away with that though too? Or
no, we still have the filibuster.
We still do, but wasn't there a proposition to do away with that?
Yeah, but it didn't go through, so...
Has anyone ever proposed to just obliterate the debt ceiling or do what Denmark did and just raise it to an obscenely high threshold that won't ever likely be reached?
I haven't heard anything about that, but I can't see why it hasn't been introduced. I'm sure someone has probably introduced it. But,
Well-
I mean, obviously it didn't happen because we still have it.
Anyway, if Kevin McCarthy can't whip up enough votes to get this through, and it doesn't sound like he's interested in passing a new threshold for the debt ceiling, we're just going to shut the government down? What do we do? Stop
They've done
funding
it
the
before.
military and Medicare? We've never defaulted. We've never defaulted.
They shut the government down, though.
Yeah, because they come to a solution, though. Like, what happens if they don't, is my question, right? Like, do we just going to fucking default for the first time? Like, how does...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And what does that send, you know, the message to other international, you know, economies?
Well, I mean...
like, what the fuck? Are we not thinking about the international implications here when our economy goes to shit?
I think that historically we haven't cared what happens to other economies when, like, for example, when the housing bubble crashed, like Spain
Our
suffered from
economy is the most
that.
important economy.
Europe
That is
suffered
true.
from that. Like, we just make decisions and we don't give a fuck.
That is true. But I mean, like, if it's not going to benefit us, like, why are the Republicans doing it?
Because it benefits them, right?
But a strong economy benefits them more, no?
No, not really.
Why not?
Because they're still getting money. So, like, they still get to experience being rich.
Actually, you're not wrong, because the rich do mostly, those that have the most power and capital benefit in times of, like, harsh economic downturn.
Mm-hmm.
Except this year, Nancy Pelosi, how's that going?
I think also, like, psychologically, like, when you have that much money and, like, you're still, like, you still have that, like, capacity for greed and you want more money, like, you usually, like, enjoy when there are poor people to compare your wealth to.
You say it like that.
Well, I do. I think that's like a common feature of just the absorbently rich.
So, and this is the complex system really at play, right? So, what if we raise the debt ceiling to kind of like get rid of this issue about Congress, right? Because that's all it really is Congress being like yes or no. The debt's going to keep accumulating, right? And we have a lot of money going to Ukraine, as mentioned by the Hogs. Yes, that is true. We have a lot of money trying to get pushed through for the student loans. We have a lot of like programs that are newer, right? Like the ones that are funding the war, the student loans, and then the omnibus. So there's like a lot of stuff that's already been passed that needs to be paid for. That debt's going to be keeping being added. How do you pay that off as a government? Because we also own federal bonds, which is about, I think, almost half of what pays for our debt. And then we have taxes that also pays for our debt. I mean, we have foreign investors that also helps us pay for our debt. So if for some reason our limit doesn't get raised and we have all of these things that are continuing, and we do default, our bonds go away. So then all we have is in foreign investors and taxes funding our payment back of debt.
I do think that there are three things that you could do to like consistently pay off that debt. Is one, free healthcare. Two,
wait, you need to unpack that a little bit. What are you talking about? Free healthcare pays back debt?
Because I've heard that the argument is that if you have a nationalized healthcare that is free and accessible to most people, that the corporate greed of like private medicine would then go away. So then you then have the money or the funds to then allocate that elsewhere.
Yeah, because then you have a bunch of the really nasty, I don't care who comes for me for this one, the nasty CEOs, like the hospice CEOs, the medical CEOs that benefit off of literally people dying, right?
And this would be
that
like
would flip that system on its head.
That the guy who was charging people for the EpiPens, like that exorbitant amount of money, and then like the diabetes medication or whatever.
Okay, thanks for unpacking that, because it was just unclear. I was wait, it sounds fun.
When you lead with like medicine,
yeah,
it does take a little thinking.
Yeah, I love free healthcare, so I just wanted you to unpack that.
But then two, I think staying on the topic of reallocating of funds is you appropriate money from the military and you push it elsewhere because they make way too much. It's insane how much money we give to the military to do bullshit with.
It's a lot of funds.
It's so much money, and we raise it every year. Even in the years where like they say they're not going to, they do it anyway.
The raise just goes down, so they can still say that they got
instead
less.
of 150 million, it will be like 46 billion.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a lowering of that number.
And then
I have another solution I want to add to the end of this list too. This actually came from a viewer on Twitch from my work stream, and he suggested that one way to combat inflation and the deficit is to actually increase minimum wage and give more capital to the consumers that do pay taxes that ultimately pay back our debt, and increase sales tax on those, maybe even, this is my own expansion on that idea, and increase the sales tax in richer neighborhoods. So, like, for example, downtown LA sales tax would be like 20%. And then if you go to Beverly Hills, that sales tax is 30%.
Okay.
So if you're shopping in richer neighborhoods, but here's the catch. All of the funds are allocated to people's neighborhoods equally. So like say that because Beverly Hills has a higher sales tax, they'll be getting more revenue, but that revenue is then shared equally with downtown.
Okay.
So those that living in downtown get the reprieve from their sales tax locally, right?
Yeah.
But then other well-funded neighborhoods like Beverly Hills offset that.
Okay. I'm glad that you said that because it kind of goes in line with what my third point was going to be.
Yeah.
Is increasing the capacity and the ability of the IRS. If you could do that, you know, I think that more equitable auditing would happen in the nation, and the people who hide all their money and
these are really good ideas that we're coming up with for a capitalistic
and they're
system
not even
too.
our ideas. These are like ideas that have been around for decades.
Yeah, and they would all work in a capitalist society. These aren't even like socialist or like weird ideals. These are just capitalist ones that could make capitalism work better, actually.
But it is communist because Jeffrey Bezos and Elon Musk
because
say
of the free
so.
For the free healthcare and shit. But that's not even true though. You know what I mean? Like even in capitalist societies, you can see the benefit of that for the economy and the overall health and prosperous. But it's actually interesting. I was watching listening to a podcast. You were watching a podcast that we want to talk about too. Let's end this podcast by talking about other podcasts.
Okay. As a podcast, we've been watching other podcasts.
We've been watching a lot of podcasts.
Trying to, get better at our craft.
Yeah. And on this topic though, on that podcast, they were saying that like in a capitalist world, you invest in things like, infrastructure, stocks, all that, assets and houses and whatever. But in a socialist society, what would you invest in?
Okay.
And the answer is very simple. Consumer goods. You would actually have more stuff. Like you would just have access to more stuff. You know what I mean? Like you could get the things that you want. Everyone gets a Balenciaga like hoodie, you can actually afford that.
Yeah.
In this society, right? Anyway, that came from a podcast. I believe it was the Fear and podcast, behind the scenes.
And I think that's like reasonable. Like people, I think everyone deserves like a marginal amount of like nice things.
Everyone deserves to eat food.
Your quality of life is important. That's what keeps you alive longer.
Yeah, and imagine like if my world worked where like things were adequately funded. The trickle down effect that Republicans love would be so monumental if you think about it.
It would actually happen.
Yeah, if you allocate the funds, appropriately and, fix infrastructure, that's cars that don't have to be repaired as often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
I would love if the bike lane had no glass in it.
You know what I mean? Like that's less tires that need to be repaired. That's less consumption overall. So when the increase of sales tax go up and so does other prices for consumer goods, like it's offsetted. These are obviously really large ideas, but I mean like it's still a cool idea.
Are they though?
It's still cool.
They seem reasonable to ask of our city and our state and
this is our
country.
podcast. We talk about what we want. So
we're back-to-back world champs. I earned that right. I'm just kidding.
Speaking of podcasts, though, you were watching a podcast, and I love the intro vibe.
Stabby's World,
there it is.
Podcast.
Opa!
And I love that. Like the first episode I watched was with Ali Makovsky, a Long Beachian.
Is that what we call ourselves?
I don't know what we call ourselves, but like she's from Long Beach, and I'm all about repping the city, so it was cool. I don't know what they personally think about Long Beach, but they are from here, and I thought that was cool. Nice. It was a good pod. I watched like pretty much most of it. I got a little bit lost in the sauce when it came to like the phone calls. I got a little bit bored, but it's not on them. I just I think personally watching phone call advice, like I can't do a lot of it. I could do like 2 calls, maybe 3, but then you kind of lose me.
Really? Because I was hooked to, hey, Donna.
Yeah, but that was different.
Hey,
they did
Donna.
2 to 3 calls, and it was the perfect amount.
Thanks for calling, Donna. Yeah, reached it. That's so good. I miss it. Oh,
and it was
man.
Donna.
Well, you got to get some more shows, dude.
Stabby's World, I would say
10 out of 10?
No.
Give him a 7 out of 10. Make me feel better about my earlier segue.
I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, absolutely. Any other podcasts? Any recommendations you want to give to our viewers before we say adieu?
I was watching the OTV podcast.
Oh, nice.
It was okay.
Okay.
There was just a lot of silence. I think they might be like exploring that.
OTV. If you're looking for an editor.
If you're exploring the podcast, like I'll watch the next one too.
All right, dude. That is going to be it for this podcast. And like all the other podcasts, we'll be trying different stuff too. So look forward to that.
Let's go communism.
No, don't say that.
But democratic socialism.
Okay, there you go.